Cannon Fodder. Contemplated as one of the best games on the Amiga. Before Call of Duty, Battlefield, or any of those other generic war games, there were ones where you actually had to plan a good strategy to get by the enemy, and actually had some thought put into it. Oh come on, it's true and you know it.
Anyway, Cannon Fodder was developed by Sensible Software, a British software house who also made a couple of other games such as Megalomania and Sensible Soccer. The team consists of only 4 people: Jules Jameson for programming, John Hare for design, Stu Cambridge for artwork, and Richard Joseph for audio.
Okay, keep in mind that this is going to be an uncensored review, because trust me, I think the profanity will help get some of the points across.
Onward to the game, the intro starts off with the traditional poppy along with an intentionally cheesy yet at the same time catchy theme song. It also shows pictures of the software team doing impressions of famous celebrities, which some of them are surprisingly accurate. Cannon Fodder is an action shoot 'em up with some strategic elements added to it. There are a total of 24 missions to complete in this game, but a large majority of the missions are divided into phases, which gives us a total of 72 levels to play. Whoever survives after clearing a mission is promoted a rank. The better the rank, the further and more accurate your team will shoot. A lot of these missions mainly consist of killing all the enemies in the area and blowing up buildings that spawn more of them. But there's also the occasion of protecting hostages and capturing the enemy's leader. All of your soldiers are armed with machine guns, but they can also carry grenades to nuke the buildings and rockets to shoot things from a far distance. While your weapons can kill enemies in one hit, the enemies can also kill you in one hit, so you better learn about splitting teammates because believe me, you will need it. If there's one thing that could be said about this game, it would be that it's hard, hard, hard! I am not joking when I say this. This is one of the hardest games I have ever played. And it's all because of the ungodly steep difficulty curve. The first few missions are easy, not a problem. But right around the 5th mission is where it really starts kicking your ass hard because it swarms you with bad guys and explosions aplenty. You do have a certain number of recruits available if you fail a mission, and you get a top-up every time you complete one, so there are plenty of opportunities, but be prepared to watch that counter drop like a rock. And don't get me started on the rocket launcher, guys. These little shits are one of the main reasons I have an incredibly tough time with this game, because for the most part, they blindside you, giving you no warning whatsoever until he's on the very edge of the screen. So there is definitely a huge amount of trial and error in this game. I only managed to make it to the 8th mission out of 24 before I decided I couldn't take it anymore. I'm sorry, I can't beat this game. I've never done so, and I probably never will. If you can somehow beat this game without using any cheats, I applaud you. One thing I absolutely cannot stand are the way the vehicles control. Yeah, I forgot to mention that you are able to drive vehicles in this game. You start out driving a snowmobile, but in the later missions you can also use jeeps, tanks, and helicopters, as well as controlling a turret. Back to the snowmobile, it just slides all over the place, and not only that, you also have to make jumps in order to progress through the mission, and my god do you have to be precise. If you move even just a tiny bit to the left or right, you'll end up crashing into the forest, causing instant death to all of your troops. But if that wasn't bad enough, you also have to worry about not getting blown up by the fucking rocket launcher dudes. Thankfully you can run over the enemy, so it's not too bad, but it's still uncomfortably heart-pounding. Alright, let's try and make the jump. Damn it! Okay, baby steps. Slowly, slowly, oh for Christ's sake. Hey, what's going on with my snowmobile? How do I get out? Whoa! Well, that's one way of doing it. By far the most annoying thing in this game are the booby traps. This includes quicksand, mines, and hidden spears. Quicksand for the most part is easy to avoid, but the mines and especially the spears you'll need a microscope to see, and they usually come down when you least expect it, making them incredibly annoying. So once again, trial and error. That's pretty much all I can say about this game. There's no in-depth story or bosses or anything, so while it does have some major flaws, and I do mean major, it's a pretty simple game. I mean hell, it only consists of the mouse to play it. You can even play as the development team at the start of the game, but if you suck at strategy games as much as I do, then you'll most likely lose them after a few missions. And that death roster? Yeah, that's gonna get bigger as the game goes on. Wait, who's this? Pervy? There's a dude in this game called Pervy? Hey, check it out, Pee-wee's in this game.
Ha! You wanna come to my battleground? Ha ha!
Yeah, I think you get the idea. As a whole, Cannon Fodder is by no means a bad game, but there are several moments where I just don't have a good time and I find it too goddamn frustrating to continue. At least in something like Castlevania, you had the goal of killing Dracula, which made you wonder what the fight was going to be like, and it gave you a sense of accomplishment after beating him. Hell, even Ghosts and Goblins had something to look forward to when you fight Satan and rescue your girlfriend. Cannon Fodder, on the other hand, is nothing that'll motivate me to press on and beat it, and while I would very much like to because I may be missing out on some cool missions, I don't think it's going to be possible for me. With that said, I'll give the game a 7.5 out of 10, standing for too challenging, too quickly. Sorry Cannon Fodder fans, that's just how I feel. And it's not just me. John Hare himself in an Edge magazine interview stated he thinks he could have given more help to the non-hardcore players. But if you like tough shooting games, or you just want to play something that isn't a linear first-person shooter on the 360 or PS3, then give it a go if you want to.
Oh boy, I'm gonna get some hate for that, but next time we meet, I'm finally gonna do a movie review. Is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be bad? Well, how does Titanic sound to you? Yeah, I thought so.